Wait, are my titties even?
Mine are too.
Okay.
I've just evened them out.
Cool. All right, I think they are now. Hello, and welcome. I am here today with my wonderful friend and mentor and the incredible musician, John Dolmayan. I feel kind of like cool to say that, but honestly, John is amazing. And we were able to have two incredible events here at Torpedo Gallery in Studio City. The first one we did with Angela Moore, who I know is someone that both of us really enjoy and, you know, we're somewhat inspired by. And Angela Moore is a cool dude. And so we had a couple of events with him, and then we just got done with our La La Land Still Stands exhibition here, where we featured the art of a lot of different incredible artists, all local to the LA area, and also some local musicians. But knowing that System of a Down is kind of one of the most famous or infamous, however you want to look at it, bands in LA, and there's a lot of your music that is so beloved by everyone that is definitely like rooted in a lot of LA-ness. So how would you describe your, you know, the impact that this city has had upon you and like your musical career?
That's an interesting question. I don't know how it's impacted us. We all came here from different places. So we had a different path getting here.
Yeah.
I don't know if it impacted our musical career outside of giving us the opportunity to play places like the Sunset Strip.
Yeah.
Where the industry congregates, right? So the attention was there enough for us to be found.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that would have happened if we were somewhere else, like in the Midwest. Oh, maybe, but
maybe.
Bands are found everywhere.
Yeah.
Especially these days, there's more conduits to them, you know?
Yeah.
But when we came up, I don't even think that Google hadn't been invented yet.
Yeah.
When it first got signed.
Exactly.
Or it was right around the same time, maybe.
That's so crazy to think
but
about.
It wasn't prevalent, you know? So.
Because it really has changed, you know, back in the day, it was, you know, a lot more necessary to be in, you know, a place like LA or New York where you could like be, you know, in the scene.
Or at times there were scenes that popped up, like the Seattle scene.
Absolutely.
And you had to kind of be there to get signed, right? Like,
exactly.
But it's also that the bands are getting together and creating a scene because they're influenced by the same music. They're playing together. They're rehearsing in the same spaces, and it creates like this kind of vacuum that they exist in. And a lot of them have the same vibe. But even though they're very different.
Absolutely. I think that's one thing that, you know, definitely we don't see as much anymore because so much of the music that's really popular now is just like a lot of just like electronic music, and there kind of is like a void of really like good bands. And, you know, it's like, I'm sure in your time, like living here and playing around the world, it's changed, like obviously, as we can see from some pretty incredible ticket sales from these shows.
It's expensive to play in a band.
It is expensive.
And it's hard to learn how to play an instrument.
Yeah.
Not that it doesn't take proficiency to be a DJ or something else, but I feel like you can do that alone, you know, so it's a little easier. Whereas in a band, not only do you have to be incredible at what you do, right, and different and all those other things, but you also have to find other people that are of the same mindset, put in the same effort.
That's very hard.
Very hard.
You know, because honestly, like, what was that, about 2 or 3 years ago, I had worked really hard creating like a band from the ground up. And because of one person having issues, everything fell apart.
That can happen.
And so it's really difficult, and especially when you consider the longevity of System of a Down, even though I'm like, System of a Down, like that's like last year. But, you know, you guys have stayed.
We've made a record since 2005.
Well, hush. To me, it's last year. But for real.
Because you were born then.
I don't know, man. I think I'm just like, you know, I'm just an 80-year-old man in a 25-year-old woman's body.
Yeah. What's that movie?
Benjamin Button. Yep. It's kind of like that.
You're like the old version.
Exactly. You know?
In the young body.
I think so. It's like the reverse. Or wait, no, that is how it works. But anyway, anywho, you guys have stayed relevant for so long. And I think that, you know, the dynamics that you guys have as a group is really incredible because, you know, I've been fortunate to be around, you know, a good bit of like bands and musicians, and not all of them are such decent human beings like y'all are, and get along well, and can maintain those dynamics for so long. So
we haven't always gotten along well.
there's always
in any
moments, but
relationship-
overarching.
Yeah, you have to look at it like a marriage, right? Like marriages have their difficulties,
Yeah.
bumps. It's hard to keep them together sometimes, but if you put in the effort, you will be able to ride out those times, those
Yeah.
difficult times. And now you take a band and you're multiplying it by 4,
Yeah.
right? Or 5.
Kind of like a Mormon situation.
Except it's more evened out.
Yeah.
Right? Like Mormon relationships are a little less even for the for the polygamists we're talking
Yeah.
about. But in a band, it really is just a constant fight to maintain order. And
It's like herding cats.
but if you have mutual respect, then it's a lot easier.
I think that's something
Sometimes
that's
it's a
really
path to get to
important.
that.
Yeah, because honestly, in marriage, I always think about it as like mutual respect being so fundamental to a good marriage, and honestly, probably to a good band too. So
Marriages fall apart when people stop caring about the other person more than they do themselves. And the same can be said musically and artistically.
absolutely.
When you stop caring about the music or the art and start focusing on yourself, that's when you lose your path. And then, of course, we're in a sycophantic world.
Oh, good Lord.
And especially when you're at the level of System of a Down, you can attract all kinds of sycophantic behavior.
Absolutely.
And you have to just understand that the person telling you you're the best person in the band will tell every person in the band the same thing. You have to ignore that the same way you would ignore somebody that says they hate your music. It's irrelevant. Their opinions are irrelevant. It's only your opinion of what you're doing that's relevant.
Absolutely.
That's art,
Absolutely. Artists don't.
whether it's stenciled or not.
Absolutely. Whether it's a painting, whether it's a sculpture, whether it's a symphony, whether it's a System of a Down song, it all has like the same, like reasoning and sense of purpose. And I think that art and culture, like we live in a very postmodern, utilitarian society that's super backwards.
For now.
For now.
It's cyclical. It comes and goes.
Well, it's like the snake that eats its own tail.
Well, we've got it very easy right now. That may not be the case in 10 years. We don't know. This is just a
Shit's
part
gonna
of
hit
history.
the fan.
And when the shit hits the fan, people start to focus on more important things. I remember in the 90s, there was a pretty bad earthquake here in LA.
Yeah.
And I remember driving around and maybe sometimes going through some areas that I would have been a little more cautious in before.
Yeah.
And the people that I would have been cautious of were like saying hello. And it's just different because you have a tragedy like that. People died in those earthquakes, especially in Northridge. And those kind of tragedies tend to bring people back down to earth, and they start to realize, like, oh, they go home and they're like, my family's alive.
Yeah. It gives
That's
you a
more
sense of
important
humanity.
than the drama I had.
Yeah.
If
Absolutely.
you think about it, people, I'm from LA, or that's my sports team. They're always going to find a way to divide themselves, and they can also, on the other side of it, find a way to unite. It's just
Absolutely.
depending on what the circumstances are.
I think that that's really wonderful, like the way that you've worded that, because I feel like that kind of also encapsulates like what we were trying to do with this art exhibition was, bringing together everything that was LA and not focusing on any one aspect of it through art and music and photography and everything else. And one of the things that I think that we successfully did, hopefully you share the same opinion, but is bring together like a lot of really wonderful people. And everyone, really, it was a really great vibe. And it wasn't like intended to be like this is all whatever, art gallery, but just, it was a really wonderful group of artists that all just had like a sense of mutual respect. And it was very enjoyable for everyone to be able to enjoy everyone's art.
Yeah, it's really nice to see a lot of different types of art being displayed, because I enjoy a lot of different types of art.
Same here.
So you'll have different events happening at this gallery, because sometimes it'll be an artist that's a little bit bigger, like has more status. They're not necessarily going to want other people to be displayed at the same time. But I like finding music that a lot of people don't know about and discovering it, or discovering it through people.
Same here.
As you get older, you kind of get stuck in the what you like. It's harder to get out of that, So you need kind of the youth who go and like search out things and want the underground stuff to introduce that stuff to
I
you.
love the underground scene,
So it's good to have that with art too.
Absolutely.
And another thing is, you don't need someone else to validate what you put value into. Right?
Absolutely.
So like the art that you like is the best art. because it's the one that you like. That's what you enjoy. It's like, what flavor of ice cream do you like?
All ice cream is pretty good though.
Yeah, some flavors I don't like so much. Did you ever see the
Same
guy that made the poop flavored frozen yogurt? There's a
Well, not all people should be
you know
alive.
about that?
No.
So there's a guy that goes around. He's very funny actually, and he does like really inappropriate things. Like he opened up a fake Starbucks, right? And people thought it was like a art exhibition or something. So they were buying him, selling the cups for $500. I'll show. I'll send you the link.
You're gonna have to,
forgot the
because
guy's name.
that sounds something like
He's hilarious.
It would
And
be
he
right
does
up
this
my
over,
alley.
over and over again.
Because we live in idiocracy,
Yeah.
so you know.
Well, we certainly do, and I think that there's always been people that are stupid.
That's true.
Throughout history. I mean, a lot of them.
I as a historian, I can confirm that.
But these days, the path to your stupidity being known by other people is so much easier. That's the problem, right? Before, if you were stupid, you could probably get away with it throughout life and nobody knew it. But now you're putting it on Instagram for the world to see, or Facebook or whatever you use.
Yep.
That's why I try not to put anything on there, because I don't want people to know how stupid I am.
Well, John, we all have our delusions. You're not stupid. He might be delusional, but
Well,
he's
I'm not real,
stupid.
as we've already
Oh,
discussed.
yes, actually, viewer, like AI warning, this is actually a cyborg. So, you know, that's probably one of my favorite conspiracy theories on the internet. Absolutely.
The
But-
T100,
Gentle butterfly, yeah.
it was the T1006, technically.
Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. But I also,
They
before I
discontinued the model.
forget, want to talk about your new comic book, Dead
Which one?
Samurai.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What do you want to know? Did you read it?
Not yet.
Can't talk about something you haven't read.
That's why I want you to just like tell
You want
me.
me to read it to you?
No, I can read. I'm just
Did
in
you
the
know
middle
we were
of
doing this interview today?
Yes, I
Did
did.
you know you were going to talk about that samurai?
Yes, I did.
Why didn't you read it?
Because I'm doing my dissertation right now and I didn't have time. And
I'm just messing up.
I'm
I've
gonna
told you
read
about it.
I know, but I'm.
I believe it's a cut.
She's
Dead
not
Samurai is, first of all, I love two genres.
hearing. Yes.
Like two of my favorite are feudal Japan, samurai times.
Yeah, man.
And of course the genre of dead things like zombies or
I also like dead things.
yes you do. So I was in my constant search of more things like Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead,
Yeah.
all the Walking Dead, which is an amazing series, 30 Days After, all that stuff, right? I love all that stuff, but I wasn't finding anything that combined those two things.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'll just write it, and that's what I did.
There you go. So obviously, it's very much up my alley of something I'd want to read, and I'm looking forward to reading it. So,
Yeah, well, it's been sitting there for months.
well, maybe we should do a book signing.
Maybe you should do a reading.
Maybe I can read it aloud,
There you go.
so everyone knows that I'm not illiterate.
Have you read it?
I haven't. No.
Feel free to take a copy.
I'll check it out.
Kevin gets one.
It's $25. I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
that's okay. I'll sell you. Okay, amazing.
Zelle.
Well, then I'll find some cash somewhere in my car. But anyway.
I don't take quarters.
Well, then I
Your
don't.
song accept only
You can cut this
20.
up any way you
up,
want.
I am up a river without a paddle. But to conclude, because I value John Dolmayan's time very much, and
I get paid by the hour.
yes, just like a lawyer. And well, in this economy, I need to end this now. So,
This was over before it began.
but I really appreciate everything that you have done.
You guys have done a great job on this gallery,
Thank you.
cultivating it, curating it, and I think that there's certainly the potential for it to expand and become even better over the years. And I hope we bring a lot of artists here that get an opportunity to showcase their work to a new crowd and maybe get very well known, and you could be a part of
Yeah.
that.
Thank you for
And
believing in us.
thank you for believing in us, John.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's something from like the first time we met. I always just felt
Well, you do have those pictures of me. So, really didn't have much choice.
I'm over here trying to be genuine and sentimental,
That's
but
a good time for
he's just
PSA.
joshing around. But no, genuinely, John, you have been just so kind to me and just really encouraging. And it is such an honor and a privilege to be able to be a part of this crazy world of knowing John Dolmayan. And I can honestly say, you are an artist.
Thank you. I
Like
appreciate it.
really,
We should
like
end it on that
he's
note.
here for it. He's totally not a dick.
Well, the good thing is that I make so much money off my friends on poker that I can allow this to be a place where I don't have to make any money.
I want to see the poker show. I'm also going to say that. Poker show.
We're working on it.
Poker
We're working on
show. All right. Well,
Thank you.
may God guide you on your quest.
Yeah, and he has so far. Yeah.
All right. We're good.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.